I came, I saw, I conquered. Experience is the teacher of all things. It is not these well-fed, long-haired men that I fear, but the pale and the hungry-looking. If you must break the law, do it to seize power. In all other cases, observe it. The die is cast. Men in general are quick to believe that which they wish to be true. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Let the future tell the truth and evaluate each one according to his work and accomplishments. It is better to create than to learn. Creating is the essence of life. I'm not afraid of death. I had been dead for billions and billions of years before I was born, and had not suffered the slightest inconvenience from it. I would rather stand with the minority, because that's the only way to be sure of being right. No one is so brave that he is not disturbed by something unexpected. A man who is not a liberal at 16 has no heart. A man who is not a conservative at 60 has no brain. I've lived through many dangers, both seen and unseen, but it's only love that makes life worth living. I love the name of honor more than I fear death. The power of memory is great and by far exceeds that of the senses. The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. The most certain way to succeed is always to try just one more time. The best way to predict your future is to create it. It is not the strongest of the species that survives, nor the most intelligent, but the one most responsive to change. Successful men are not gifted. They just work hard, then succeed on purpose. Victory at all costs. Victory in spite of all terror. Victory however long and hard the road may be. For without victory, there is no survival. I came to bring fire to the earth, and how I wish it were already kindled. There is no better index of a man's character than how he treats those who can do nothing for him. A person who has not made his great contribution to science before the age of 30 will never do so. Your every action should be for the benefit of the whole, not just for yourself. I have always found that mercy bears richer fruits than strict justice. The best way to inspire people to superior performance is to convince them by everything you do and by your everyday attitude that you are wholeheartedly supporting them. The best ruler is the one who has the support of the people. The man who says he can and the man who says he can't be both usually right. The wise man will live as much within his wit as without it. There is no nobler work than helping the oppressed. Leadership is not about being in charge. It's about taking care of those in your charge. It is the duty of a good citizen to be brave and strong. Ambition must be made to counteract ambition. In war, there is no substitute for victory. It's not what we do once in a while that shapes our lives. It's what we do consistently. The best way to make your dreams come true is to wake up. Men are moved by two levers only: fear and self-interest. The only way to do great work is to love what you do. The secret to success is making your vocation your vacation. The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing. The greatest glory in serving your country lies not in never falling, but in rising every time you fall. A leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. A true leader has the confidence to stand alone, the courage to make tough decisions, and the compassion to listen to the needs of others. A good leader takes a little more than his share of the blame, a little less than his share of the credit. The best leaders are those most interested in surrounding themselves with assistants and associates smarter than they are. The courage of a soldier is heightened by his knowledge of his profession. The best way to predict the future is to create it. To be brave is to love someone unconditionally without expecting anything in return. The purpose of life is to live it, to taste experience to the utmost, to reach out eagerly and without fear for newer and richer experience. The only way to have a good and peaceful life is to have enough courage to stand up for one's rights. You cannot swim for new horizons until you have courage to lose sight of the shore. It is easier to find men who will volunteer to die than to find those who are willing to endure pain with patience. It is not that I am a great man, it is that I have a great cause. A man who wants to lead the orchestra must turn his back on the crowd. The greatest test of courage on earth is to bear defeat without losing heart. A wise man changes his mind, a fool never will. He who knows when he can fight and when he cannot will be victorious. Victory belongs to the most persevering.